Good?
Don't sound excited. Can y'all get a little bit louder than that?
Just a tad.
Woo! Yeah!
Hold on. I know an easier way to get y'all. They do it for Colossus. I don't understand that. How y'all doing? It's the title. The reason why y'all came here is it's just the title y'all saw, right? This is the title. Exactly. Okay.
Because I'm black.
Fuju, it's a 1 hour show about Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah. Flex y'all head up. See, he leave. I knew it. Anyway, my name is D. This is my partner CJ.
Yo.
We're actually the 3BlackGeeks. The third one is not here. He's over in Japan. And you got somebody there. That's it. Yeah, but we do a podcast weekly, and we're here locally in Washington D.C. So, ready to get you on? All right, too. Cool. What is it?
Hey everybody, I'm Troy Jeffrey Allen. I'm late. I have a really good excuse. I was at a funeral. I'm not kidding. But it's okay. It's okay because we're here to celebrate. All right, let's have some fun.
All right, so the main reason why we're here is when we trying to put together a title, I was thinking to myself, we got to think of something. I wanted to put it out there like, hey, let's do something about black culture. But nobody's just gonna walk in. We do something like, black people come together. We all geeks and students. Nobody's gonna come for that. Nobody's gonna come for that. See, he would, but she would too. Nobody's gonna come in this joke. Oh, I'm mad about this. Nobody's gonna come in here and see that. Brother right there. Black power on him. Yeah, it's like we can't lock those guys in there for an hour and a half. They're gonna come out militant, slapping every white person in sight. We can't do that.
With a power glove.
With a power glove. We can't do that. So
Don't pick some white people with power gloves.
So we had to think of something. It was like, black, we gotta come there. But there's one thing that everybody said, that's a stereotype, is that black people don't watch Star Wars, which is bull crap. So
Star Trek.
Give me my power glove.
Hey, we do watch Star Trek for one reason. Cisco, yeah, that's the reason why we watch it.
And LaForge and Next Generation too.
Actually, can I be the one recent convert? I watch it for Zoe Saldana. I don't know about you guys.
You watch it for Zoe?
Sorry, I was a Star Wars fan first.
It's always Star Wars. But we was like, everybody goes to that idea. Like, black people don't watch Star Wars. They don't get involved in geek culture. Period. That's bull. That is bull. And she's going to be the loudest because I heard her walking here. And she was like, I know, this is bullshit. We look at it and they just don't respect what we got. She got mad. I was like, she about to knock out everybody that comes in this. So, basically, I wanted this to be open. Anybody that want to chime in, say anything, fine. We're just going to talk. We're just going to go around just talking about pretty much everything. Everything about, black people and comic books, movies, whatever. We're just going to go through the whole thing.
Tickles your fancy, pretty much.
I had to say the word tickle and fancy. That don't sound right. That don't sound right, man. That sounds like something.
Hold up. Pause.
What? I said pause. Oh. There you go. I don't want by that rule, man. But anyway.
No, but quick question. Show of hands, has anybody in here listened to our podcast at any point in time?
Any point in time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold on. What was that?
All right, that's everybody else.
Say it again.
I want a picture of that shit.
That is our third partner on our show, DJ Sue. He's all the way in Japan. We got to get him on Skype. It is like 5:30 in the morning. He needs to be asleep, but I don't know. He wants to be up. Saturday morning over there, isn't it? Yeah. He's over there watching cartoons.
Because it's Saturday morning over there?
Like Saturday morning cartoons. Nigga, the sun ain't even up yet.
I think it's like a 13-hour difference, right?
Yeah, it's like a 13-something hour. Yeah, he ain't going. We're gonna float back to him every now and then. So forgive me if it sounds like he's like like a cop on, you know, calling the squad cars and all that. Just forgive all that. So, but anyway, help me out.
You want me to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a theory, and it has a lot to do with how certain cultures come into geekdom. Like, what is their gateway? So, just kind of maybe show of hands, and this is just a theory, so I might be dead wrong about this. How many of you came into geek culture, or at least your first brush with geek culture was X-Men? All right. So let's say I'm partially right here. How many of you, your first brush with geek culture was anime? Okay, wow.
Even more.
Is that less than X-Men? That's more.
That's more than X-Men.
That's more.
So, and I think it has a lot to do with representation, you know, and like even though none of those characters, none of those franchises necessarily had, you know, like it weren't all black characters or all Hispanic characters or anything like that. Those themes, thematically, they all related to a wider group of people. And I think that's why X-Men is so popular. I think that's why certain animes are more popular, just because they appeal. Also, Star Trek. We talked about this earlier. Did anybody come into this through Star Trek?
It's only a couple. I thought it'd be a little bit more.
But again, it's about representation, and like, you know, it's not even necessarily about having the same palette, color palette on every character, but necessarily the fact that it's a much more wider world view.
Yeah, so. like it blew my dad's mind when he said he was a kid and he saw a horror on TV. Right. He was like, "Oh my God, it's a black woman on TV. Mm-hmm. She ain't cleaning up nothing. What's going on?" That kind of threw him off. But that's true. Y'all laugh. It's actually true.
And she made out with Captain Kirk. So
and she made out like she kissing a white man too. Why ain't nobody trying to stop this? So yeah, but it's different. Like, you know, I always said it was like one of the best things ever for at least girls. I say this for females actually. When if you raised up watching X-Men, y'all saw Storm. It's like, oh my God, I want to be like Storm. Every girl I knew wanted to be like Storm who watched X-Men. So like you said, it's like a gateway. You got to find out how it is, you know, what makes you go in. But, you know, I got one real quick question. Show of hands. How many of y'all watch Dragon Ball? Because I know it's going to be half the room. Okay, now, hold on, keep your hands up, This is a good question. How many of y'all consider Piccolo black?
See, for the longest time.
Y'all made my day. I can stop right now. That made my day.
See, right now you have just deflated every argument out here. We've had people literally on Twitter, Facebook, any social media. There's anime message boards out here that will sit there and say, Piccolo isn't black, he's an alien. No. We as black people, we will claim an alien as black depending on what they do.
Depending on what to do. What about Mr. Popo? Oh man, no, he's just racist. I'm surprised I'm still a fan of Dragon Ball because of him. Every time I see him, it's like I hear a Negro spiritual and I hear a crack book. I was like, why am I looking at this? Dragon Ball is my favorite anime, and every time he pops up, I turn it right off every time I see him.
I mean, it's to a point to where it's to a point to where we actually.
It's here in heaven, y'all.
I'm sorry. What? Say it again, man.
I said, man who didn't raise their hands. Malcolm X just shed a tear in heaven.
That's a black man, y'all.
Last year he did a list of, like, we did for Black History Month. He did a list of, you know, various black people in different mediums. And both of us had a question of, is Yoruichi black? And he just asked me that, like, apparently I'm the resident expert. I'm like, fuck it, we're claiming it. Might as well.
It's like this, all right, she's brown, she got a good butt. Yeah, she black. We have to, and once again, this actually goes to the story. My dad told me, for some reason, all y'all gonna think my dad's crazy, and I have no idea why him and his friends thought this. Because there were no black characters at the time, for some reason, they considered Space Ghost black. Don't ask questions, I don't know why. I have zero idea why. I guess it was the Black Hood. I don't know why. You don't forget shit, because my dad told me that. I was like, okay, who's this Space Ghost? And a year later, Space Ghost Coast to Coast came on. That's a white dude. What are you talking about?
And what gives it away is that it's not like he's like all the way
Yeah,
hooked up.
it's a full-on mask. No. From the nose down. White.
White skin.
With an extra ED at the end of
Space
it.
Ghost ain't white. Space Ghost is light skinned.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, he just had a very, very ashy day, I guess. I don't know. He had vitiligo. I don't know, but
Because he's a ghost. Ghosts just altered, like.
because he's a ghost.
He's
You know what?
albino.
No, hold on, you're laughing, but I think my dad said the exact same thing. But while I'm on Space Ghost, what did he do? I haven't seen one episode of Space Ghost. I'm serious.
He's flying. He shot lasers from his hands.
Hold on. You know what? I thought we had an extra mic up here, didn't we?
I think I took
You know, bro, come on, man.
Participate.
Because I wanted people to partake in this, man.
What Space Ghost did? Space Ghost was basically this guy just running around with 2 teenagers and a monkey. And all they did was just fight crime in space. That's the editing.
I think feedback here.
Hold on, what was that?
Say that again, man.
All I said was, oh my God.
That's it. That's all they did.
No, if I remember it, God. See, it's moments like this, and I was joking around with them before the panel. Okay, quick story. There are certain times, and they catch on to me when we're doing a podcast, I'll show my geekdom even more than they do.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's very fun, and it's worse when it was in high school, because I was like the only black kid that knew about Tron and then like a movie trivia pursuit question. And you can imagine, like, everybody in the classroom at the time was like, I don't know the answer to this, and I'm just sitting there like, should I say something? I was like, fuck it. Tron! Silence, like, how did he know this? And I'm like,
Even in the back of your head, I bet you saw the dude from Revenge of the Nerds. Nerd! So even you had to hear that in the back of your head.
so with Space Ghost, if I remember correctly, I think he was like a space ranger or some shit. I think.
What, like he was
Hey.
on the core or something?
Yeah, I think it was.
I don't know. You know.
I don't know. Hanna-Barbera doesn't give you backstories on their shit. I mean, I didn't know who the fuck my tour
They
was.
just start. Right?
I know the Hercules. You know what's bad? I know more about the Hercules than I know about him.
Say something. You also gotta keep this in mind with Space Ghost's powers. Technically, he could turn invisible, but you can still see the white outline.
This is true. He had a button to press, and then that's it.
But anyway.
We got a guy over here. We got a couple people.
I mean, I've only seen Space Ghost, at midnight and shit.
Man, we done cussed like 5 times up here, man. You better go ahead with that shit, man. You better come up here. You know what, bro? Come up here, man. Man. There you go, man.
So like, I've only seen Space Ghost Coast to Coast when I was like young. I really don't understand why his name is Space Ghost. Can anybody help me with that?
Hanna-Barbera.
I think
At any point,
again, these cartoons gave you no backstory. We don't know the origins of Herculoids. I didn't care. It's like whatever.
I know this too.
None of these shows did it.
Well,
But
in all fairness, the Herculoids, the origin I think was during the theme song or something like that. Like that.
I think so.
I think so.
Okay, so you got small things, but they can still be dangerous, like a killer leprechaun or Chucky the doll. Now the key is to throw it into something, like a fireplace or a tub of electricity.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Wait. So,
That sounds like
what is
random.
this part of?
Where's this going?
Where's this going?
This is segue into Leprechaun Back to the Hood. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
You know what? I think that's like the only movie where black people are not complaining about a white person killing off everybody. It's like the only time I think we bitched when Ice-T got killed. We was like, oh, come on, man. He was a movie, man. Why you do that to us, man?
Then they had the nerve to make a sequel.
They did.
God, wasn't that like the 5th one?
No, it was the 6th one.
It was the 6th one. It was pretty
This is the 6th one. I think that was the last one they made.
Yeah,
Was it?
before they rebooted
Somebody know all the leprechauns in here. Was the Leprechaun in the Hood the last one?
They made a back to the Leprechaun.
No, the second one was the second one, the last one.
The second one, Back to the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun back to the Hood.
Oh, you went to space?
Then there's Leprechaun.
Wow.
Wait a minute, what? Leprechaun with the space?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you know what? More
Medea on
theories. I know there's.
Hold on. Did somebody just say Medea's next to go to space?
No. It's gonna happen. See, this I know that. Show of hands. Does anybody know a hint of what Medea is? Show of hands.
A hint.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I think half of y'all lying. Just gonna put it out there. There are a couple of y'all that are fans of it and just.
I have literally sat there and said Medea is like pretty much the Black Ernest. She's been everywhere. She's been to jail. She had a family reunion.
She had to keep somebody under witness protection.
She's going to space. No, she's going to go to space.
Nah, she going to camp. She got to go to camp. She got to go to space.
Got to play basketball too.
She got to play basketball. Yes.
Join the Marines.
She gotta get scared stupid.
Air Bud and Medea.
She gotta get scared ignorant.
I'm sorry.
Tyler Perry said he's writing a science fiction film.
Yeah, no, he's a huge science fiction fan. I've heard it before. Yeah, he had a Star Trek cameo, right?
Can I just say that Star Trek cameo was the most randomest thing I've ever seen in my life?
I remember I was watching that with my dad. My dad's like, don't talk, don't say that much, don't say that much. Okay, he's off the camera, thank you guys.
Going back to, you said you were people were surprised by you being too hot.
Yeah, they.
I know how you feel because a lot of people are surprised that I know Medea.
See, you know what? You can gold star.
Stand up real quick, man.
Stand up real quick. Hold on, stand up real quick.
Now why do you say they were surprised that you knew about me as a question? You know what, I couldn't tell. It's all good, man. It's all good.
But his reach is everybody.
That is the truth because a lot of us they won't think. It's like good example when as far as even the reason why I said Star Wars is because that's the definitive thing. It's either Star Wars or Star Trek. One of the two. There's one of the two. And for some reason, a lot of people have this idea that Lando was the only black man in space, which was not true because there was like 4 other guys.
Counting the guy from the Rebel guy that got murked.
Yeah, the Rebel say, wasn't he like the first dude to get killed or something?
The guy that got killed in freaking was it in Hoth and shit?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Dude, you remember that?
I do not remember that.
See, that is exactly what I'm talking about. I just remember that stuff.
Dude, Empire's one of my favorite movies, man. You do that better than I do.
Impressive.
Like, it was 1970s. That nigga was looking like a space pimp.
But that's the point.
You know what? It's bad because that dude's head, he had a perm in his head. The dude had a cape. You know how many people had a cape on stage? I know it's like 1 or 2. Peter did, man. Huh?
Don't forget he had a white servant.
And
Yes, he did.
living the dream. Thank you.
Before Django, there was Lando.
Wow.
Coming to a theater near you, Django and Lando in a movie
But
together.
it's amazing they had to get the smoothest brother to play him. They had to get Billy D. Williams to play him. But and like I said, that's the only for a lot of people, that's the only person they saw. Like in any type of sci-fi or anything like that. Like you said,
It's coming off of mahogany at the time, so it was mahogany. He was coming off mahogany, so it was like, okay, all the ladies like him.
So it's like, we gotta find the smoothest black dude alive.
I mean, can you imagine Sidney Poitier as like Lando?
Man,
That's the closest you're gonna get next.
Man, Sidney Poitier would have done it, man. It would have been an acting out the. Oh my good lord.
You out-acted everybody, and you're just sitting there like, this is the even greater movie ever.
All right, let me get homeboy all the way in the back first because he been stand up for a minute.
Actually, I just want to point out, every time a white person raises their hand, I get a little concerned.
Yeah, don't they? It's like
Please don't say anything offensive.
Can't hear him.
You just downloaded what?
Sleeping Dogs. Wait a minute. The Sleeping Dogs. Didn't homeboy do the exact same thing that CJ did in Grand Theft Auto?
No, it was like Point Break, and he was with the
Point
Yakuza.
Break, same thing. He worked with the cops too. The same.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So
though,
did everybody catch that?
No.
All right. So you basically you were saying like you're disappointed in the representation of African Americans. And is he with? Hey. He got totally distracted. Those are your.
I think I'd at least say one.
That is true. You know what? That is, well,
I wouldn't say that's necessarily true.
no, I mean,
I'm sorry. Say that again.
No, I just heard Afro Samurai Walking Dead.
I mean, to me, like, okay, I'll say this. If you were black growing up, if you were looking for black superheroes, everybody's go-to was Black Panther. That's like plain as day obvious.
First black superhero.
Not for me. Not for me.
Who do I look like?
Static, no, I'm talking about for Static Shock though. That's what I'm saying.
Black Light?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it was Black Panther first, then maybe you get Black Lightning. You know?
Lobo was actually first.
Yeah, still, to an extent.
What about Jon Stewart, Green Lantern? You know it's bad that everybody is pointing out somebody, destroying anything that you have to say.
Luke Cage. I feel like I gotta let my nerd out.
Fireman, a.k.a.
Gotta let my nerd out. He wasn't a superhero.
Well, actually,
the very first black comic book character that had his own comic was Lobo. It was a Western comic.
Zach from the Power Rangers.
Yeah. I'll give him that. I will give him that. I will give him. You guys, man.
The Green Ranger armor for one episode. Let the nigga get some pass in my book.
What about Winston from Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Winston from Ghostbusters. Actually, Winston from Ghostbusters was my first, like, Ghostbusters in general, for me, was like the first geeky thing I watched. Then to see that brother show, like, hey, wait a minute. He's killing ghosts. I want to be him.
But it's funny because when we had met Ernie Hudson and stuff, he was like talking about like Ghostbusters and stuff when he was doing it. And that line, come up where he's like, I'll take anything, I'll believe anything, I'll take the job, I'll believe anything, ghost anything for a paycheck. And it was funny because it's like, I can actually see a black guy actually doing that, like, hey, anything for a paycheck, I'll do it. Fuck it.
All right, you, madam. So you mean a white guy playing Barrett off of Final Fantasy?
But see, no, that's the thing though. That's the thing. That's the beauty. And that's the funny thing. When I started going to anime conventions, like back in high school, I always felt that was kind of a medium where if you're dressing up, period, whether it's Halloween or whether it's just for a costume party or anything, it doesn't matter what race it is. I mean, if there was a white guy dressed up as Bear, I could care less. It's like, hey, you know what? If you do it, you do it.
That entails certain things. I don't know if you want that to happen.
Really? Okay, no, hey. I mean, I've never seen it. I mean, it'd be like...
Because the first white woman that come in their door and looking like Aunt Jemima, you're going to lose your mind.
Okay, I retract that statement right now. It's on record. I will
retract that statement.
I will retract that.
I'm gonna say something kind of unpopular, I'm sure. I don't like the race bending when it comes to cosplay. I don't know, and it's for that reason because I know that, like, for example, like you were saying, if a white guy dresses Barrett, you probably wouldn't get it unless
Well, see, my thing was if you dress up but you don't do the blackface. That's my thing. If you're just dressing up in the costume, that's fine.
I almost feel like there's a thin line. There's a very thin line, and you kind of have to establish parameters in order to not get across that thin line. That's me personally. I know.
I get it because you know what? Yeah,
I know that's not a popular.
You're right.
All right, Chris, you pick somebody, man. Pick somebody.
You know what? Those guys.
I will say gender bending cosplay is okay.
Oh, but you're fine with that though.
Gender bending is fine as long as it's done good and tasteful. That's all that matters.
That might be personal bias, but anyway.
Not going to the topic of this panel.
Yeah.
I am all for equal representation, males, females, whatever races, what have you. But what it all comes down to is whether it's a good story and has engaging characters, no matter what the race or the gender.
Yeah.
That's why we're geeks, right?
Exactly, brother. Exactly. He actually kind of ruined like the ending segment. So yeah, we can just.
Well, actually, I want to.
But that was good. Go ahead.
I want to co-sign what he said because actually, Yeah, I'm a big movie nerd. That's like my whole thing. And people one of the biggest franchises right now, unexpectedly, is Fast and the Furious. And it comes from the fact that like everyone's kind of treated equally, but no one ever actually stands there. Maybe on occasion Tyrese will point out that Paul Walker is white, but no one actually points out. Oh, sorry, is my microphone stuck? Nobody actually points out like the race. It's that voice. I just saw it's not even better. Nobody points out the actual race of these characters like during the course of the franchise. They're just allowed to be action heroes, and I think that is kind of important in a lot of ways. So that was just my
that's actually very true. And when they all came out, like, all right, and I hate to go really into that, but like when Denzel won the award for doing Train Day, I knew a lot of black people like, oh, so he had to be crooked. I'm like, dude, that story was awesome,
really good,
and he was awesome in it. Why I thought we were kind of.
Halle Berry is just another different story on
Halle Berry, no, she was terrible. I don't know how she won that. I have zero idea how she won that. Y'all can debate me.
No. Here's the answer. She had sex with Billy Bob.
Yeah, you deserve any award.
Make me feel good.
Anyway, homeboy in the front, yeah.
I was wondering what you guys think about, well, like rap music. Originally, it was interpreted as something that was like for black people, and black people were supposed to rap. And now we've got nerdcore rap, where it's like at Nerdpalooza events like that, I would see like pretty much the majority of the people are white, but we also have Mega Ran, Richie Branson, and Glitch himself. Like, and I don't know. I'm wondering what you guys think of the nerdcore scene, because it doesn't seem to be split racially at all, but it's still it's turned into something else.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with like hip hop kind of overtaking a lot of other genres.
I think the Beastie Boys honestly was like a prelude to nerdcore rap.
Man,
honestly, with the way they were kind of wacky with a lot of stuff. I mean, even though they were rooted in like rock music when they were their first album and stuff, but I think a lot of like mainly a lot of I guess the nerdcore audience is taking a little bit of the fun stuff that Beastie Boys did, and they just ran with it and they went for it and stuff. So I mean, I think that's probably why it's starting to gain that popularity.
With their subject matter, wouldn't you think Wu-Tang was a little nerdcore though?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what?
They got away with all of the stuff they knew.
There was one video that they did, Daytona 500, where they used a Speed Racer anime.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did they get away with this? And this is on Rap City at the time. Like, I had never seen a video. This is on Rap City. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I like Speed Racer. That's nice.
And hold on. And this is where I got exposed. I was like, wait a minute, that's the Speed Racer cartoon. Everybody in the room looked at me like, nerd. I'm like, oh, come on, man. It's on MTV. How am I getting...
You can't win. You can't win.
You can't win. You can't say nothing nerdy because off the break, man, you get ostracized.
No.
Now
you can. But back, like, I don't say, know. You know what? No. Now you can. Now you can. I would say from... Well, fuck it. I'm gonna say probably from the time I was born in '84. I'm showing my age. All the way up to like. All the way up to like maybe being very generous with this year. I'm gonna say probably about 2000.
No.
Nah.
No. God, no. Son, I was still getting called nerd when I was in college.
Okay, you know what? I'll say 2000, maybe 70. Is that reasonable?
Yeah. Like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but I said like 3 weeks ago.
Wait, I guarantee you right now.
When did Childish Gambino come out with that first album?
Yeah, when did
Childish Gambino come out with the first album?
I'll be honest with you. If you told, like, I know a lot of people. I know, we'll get to everybody in a minute. I know a lot of people. If you told somebody back in like 98, 99 that you watch Cowboy Bebop, they'd be like, get the hell out of here, you know, like, what is that, anime? Because any person that you were in high school, if you mention anime, they go straight to hentai. Like, anime and hentai is synonymous with one another, apparently. Yeah. Which, that's fine if you want to do that. But like now,
like I don't see no problem with this butt.
But now, I guarantee you, there are certain people at my job, even my job now, there are guys that older me, they've seen an episode just by chance, 2 a.m. They might be browsing channel, Adult Swim pops on, Cowboy Bebop's on. And one guy was like, yeah, I watched a show last night called Cowboy Bebop. I'd never seen it, but I can get down with that. I'm like, but...
But you know what, even then
it's cool, I get it, because it is an action show. It's nothing, wacky or anything.
I don't even think that's a race thing. I think that's more period anyway. I think that's for a lot of people because nerd culture is kind of... segueing into like main pop culture a little bit, not too much, because then you.
No, it's getting there.
It would be like
saturated.
that.
It's saturated.
It's there, but it's.
Personally, I wish that the nerd culture was still in the position that it was in years ago, like back in the mid 90s, the early 2000s, when the anime that we had was just raw. It was just shit we never seen before. Stuff from Akira to Ninja Scroll. Yes, I'm showing my age of the times when whatever anime we got our hands on, that was it. But at the same time, it was some of the coolest stuff that we ever seen. Yes, the dubbing was terrible. We all know that. But still enjoyed it.
All right. Now you stop talking. Anyway, wait a minute. Who's next? Who's next? You. No.
Marty McFly. Let's go.
Marty McFly.
Yeah, hey McFly. Hey. Why don't you make a tree, and get out of here? I am showing my nerd.
You want to say something, Mark?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right, so are you guys familiar with the situation with the Pokemon Jenks?
Yes.
You know what? That is black people overreacting but I don't blame nobody. I do not blame nobody for that.
He doesn't know. Okay.
I don't know anything about
Okay, you know Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball, right?
Yes.
Okay, take that, but make her like a woman with a Hawaiian skirt on. And
All right, no. Here's a better way of thinking of it. Think of Nicki Minaj, but in total blackface.
You know what? You win.
Red lipstick and all.
This is a Pokemon character?
Yes, it is a Pokemon. Ice Pokemon character.
First generation Pokemon character, yes.
It speaks to the fact that Japan gets away with a lot.
Now, give it credit. Give them leeway. It's a culture thing, and it wasn't really racist. It was more of their interpretation of the monster. It just so happens when you take that to America, that shit is racist as hell.
Their interpretation of black people, though, if you think about it earlier on their interpretation of black people was a little weird because if you watch anybody, I know everybody's watched the original Dragon Ball. Y'all remember Commander Red's black sidekick that looked like B.A. Baracus and shit? That was their interpretation of a black guy, big lips and all that and stuff. And I mean, it wasn't outright racist, but it was just you're just sitting there like. It's stereotype. That's all it was. You're not like mad, but it's like that's some stereotypical stuff.
Dragon Ball hit the nail on the head when they threw in racism with your boy Killer.
Oh man, Killer was like, I'm like, what is this nigga saying? It blew my mind. I'm like, what is this? This is 2002. Martin Luther King is flipping in the grave right now. Anyway, girl, I seen you had your hand up for a minute. Oh my God! All right. You know what? Want to get on a line or something, man?
Yeah, you know what? Okay, you know what? Everybody
form a line right here.
Form a line in the middle.
Seriously, because I'm not trying to have nobody have their hand up like, oh my God.
Because we don't want to walk out of here and we get stabbed because you didn't answer my question.
I want to talk about Bishop from X-Men. You're a jerk.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my sucky mic here. It sounded dirty, sorry.
Alright, so I understand what you guys are saying about how over time we're starting to see more and more black characters, in media and what have you. But at the same time, okay, so I'm 26, so I'm in my mid 20s, so I'm 90s kid and all that. So I do feel a little bit of resentment sometimes when the same kids who called me all kinds of Oreo and white boy and all the other bullshit are now talking about, I fucks with Cowboy Bebop, or I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man.
You're sitting there with the Kill Bill song comes in there
Yeah, it's just I'm glad that, geek culture in general started to become more of a mainstream thing, but at the same time I can't help but feel some type of way about the
Don't you remember when you beat me up? Because I watched Cowboy Bebop.
Right, and the fact that geek culture in general seems to still be kind of a white-dominated space.
White male.
Yeah, white male. Yeah. God, you know what? Honestly, and I don't know if this is true. I know most people probably say, "Well, you're talking crazy." I think black culture maybe we're afraid of showing our geekdom out there. I mean, maybe I think
We are.
I mean, I would give
We
props.
are.
Yeah, we are, and it sucks. You know what? That Urkel stigmatism has stuck with me because apparently I'm Urkel because hey, you wear glasses, you're Urkel. Never mind the fact that I'm like, if you heard me like in high school, farthest from the guy. I'm smart, but like farthest from being like cornballs, I don't know what. So it's just like you hear that, it's like okay, that's cool if you want.
He's like the only like black like popular nerd role for the longest time.
Yeah, because I mean, part of him, yeah.
They're saying Carlton off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Carlton's more of a preppy.
He was preppy. There was nothing nerdy about that dude, man.
And then also
he was a dude that liked Tom Jones. That don't sound like a nerd to me. That sounds like there are white people that will look at him like Tom Jones. Are you serious?
And then like what I said about geek culture being mostly white dominated space, I can't help but think about the controversy surrounding Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales, the new Spider-Man, the casting of Idris Elba as Thor, as a Klein doll in Thor, even the casting of Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury in Avengers. Like I can't help but think about and even like reactions to black cosplayers. Like there are articles I see about about black girls like maybe cosplaying as like a Sailor Senshi or something like that, who get tons of racist as hell responses to it, and this maybe last year. So
you know what, and I didn't want to get that deep, but that is true, man. That is true. I think what it is there are still ignorant people out there. Period. Just ignorant as all hell, and you're gonna have that. I think as far as how everything is crossing over and all that, despite all the BS that it brings, to me it's beautiful. To me it's beautiful because I like you said, Fast and Furious, it feels like it's a melting pot and I love it. I love that. X-Men, melting pot, love it. Love it. I know there's more white people on it, I don't care. Rogue is fine as shit. I don't care. So, it's like when you have different people, different cultures and all that, bring it together, I like it. Yes, you're going to have people that are against it. Yes, you're going to have people that feel it's not morally right or whatever stupid thing they think it is. It's going to happen. And yeah, there's still going to be despite what it is, there's still going to be a line because I'm afraid my son's going to get his ass whooped constantly in school. There's going to be a line of nerd and no, he's still going to get his ass whooped. I know it's going to happen. There's still a line between nerd and jock. There's still that line. That's not disappearing unless something really drastic and sad happens. So I'm just saying, that's how it is. That's how it is. I was going to say, man.
Yes, it is a beautiful thing. Yeah, and I was going to mention the Fast and the Furious. I was also going to mention X-Men, Lost. All these things are really popular, and all these things are examples of like a melting pot that like represents American culture. And they're very popular because everybody has someone that represents them that they can relate to. So
True Blood is like that too.
Like all the characters in those mediums, they bring something to the table. Because, like I said, I know we talk about Fast and Furious, like we're filleting Vin Diesel right now.
You are, I ain't.
But like
that last movie, oh my God,
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I don't know how
you drive through
you bringing Tony Jaa in the movie. I'm scared, man. He's gonna break somebody's ankle, man. I don't know.
Look, real quick, when you drive through the nose of an airplane while it's on fire, you have broke the fourth wall. We don't care anymore. We don't care. We really don't.
Okay. Quick question. How many of you, your first exposure to Green Lantern was the Justice League Green Lantern?
Me. See, that's a good thing. That was their aim, and I like that.
No, here's the thing. One of my friends, we were arguing about this, I knew after reading that there was more than one Green Lantern. So when they announced the movie, I automatically assumed that the Green Lantern in said movie was going to be Jon Stewart. Yeah. And then people were like, no, it had to be Hal Jordan. I said, well, why did it? I said, comic book fans.
Because they're racist.
I was more pissed off.
You know what? That is sort of kind of a good answer.
No. I think Hal, despite it, I still think Hal Jordan is the most popular Lantern, period.
This is the right.
But do you guys think that it could have been improved by having Jon Stewart be there instead of Hal Jordan?
Okay, real quick. She said, does anybody think that the movie could have been improved if you had Jon Stewart?
Thank you.
That's what it is. Like, I don't care. Like,
give that man a medal because he just beat me to it. Yes,
that's the thing. Like,
suck no matter
you
what.
could literally put Idris Elba and put like Morgan Freeman in there as one of the elder gods, and the movie still have been shit. The only positive thing people would have said was, "Oh, Idris Elba was pretty good, and Morgan Freeman was good, but everything else was pretty shit." That was the writing. That's all it is. Like, it had nothing to do with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds did what he had to do. You're an actor. You're acting based on what you're reading. So I wasn't, because a lot of people would knock Ryan Reynolds for every movie, and it's like, it's not him. It's the writing. It's lazy fucking writing.
I'm not the hugest DC Comics fan in the world, but like I kind of want to point out that I don't think necessarily the decision to not use Jon Stewart is racist. I think it's more about legacy.
Yeah, it is.
And you have to keep in mind that there are a lot of people who have not gotten their Green Lantern movie for a very long time. Is it just, okay. No, it's you. I'm gonna try this again. Sucks. All right.
Hold on, dude. Take my mic. Hold on. I'm loud anyway. I don't need a mic. I know, right? Try that.
But yeah, I think it's because like
it's him.
I think it has a lot to do with legacy, basically, and I think that like a lot of the decision making going into the New 52, into these DC Comics movies, had a lot to do with legacy, not necessarily with race. And I guess we're going to look at cyborgs on the Justice League cartoon comic now.
Yeah, I mean, I like Cyborg. I mean, I think a lot of people like. I mean, I actually remember seeing Cyborg.
So I don't know. I think they're don't assume racism, just assume incompetence.
I mean, I think if they did, like you said, if it's a legacy thing, it was nice to have that, but it would have been nice to throw that Jon Stewart cameo in there. But then you're gonna have people saying, "What about Guy Gardner and the other guy, Kyle Rayner and." You know,
actually, that was kind of funny. I thought, like, well, you know what? If he did Kyle Rayner, that would. No, this movie.
No. He, yeah, you know, it is what it is.
Because when I got like to the halfway point, I was like, you know what? He should just be Kyle. No. No. A character does not help shitty writing. No.
If you want to get a good summation of our thoughts on Green Lantern, go to our YouTube page. I did a review of it, and he was laughing his ass off. Because my facial reaction, it's like I can't get through it without like rolling my eyes and like everything, and even people that watched the video was like, dude, that is like the funniest review ever. It's
because of all of the reviews you did, because he did like the Captain America movie, all the movies that came out that year, First Class and all that, he had a ton of things to say, about 15 minutes for each one. Green Lantern would have to be about 6 minutes of you looking like this most of the time.
Because it's like,
okay, I got why. You know what? Then he had the little thing when Sinestro picked up the ring, and I was thinking about.
And it's weird when you have a girlfriend that is just like, I thought it was an alright movie, and you're trying not to show your geekdom because she already knows I'll geek out at certain things, and it has no problem to her because she'd geek out on stuff like Inuyasha. It's whatever. I'm fine with it. So I'm sitting there in the car, and I'm like, it was a good movie, and I was like, yeah, it was good. Yeah. Well worth the money, I guess.
If that was me, I would like, yeah, that movie was filmed all right. Yes, it was. It was put on camera in front of my face. Yes, it was.
Speaking of how the Japanese tend to get away with things, did y'all see Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl?
No, I have not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what?
You know what's funny? Out of those series of movies, I've only seen, what was it, what the fuck is the name of that movie? It was Mutant Girl Hit Squad. That's the only movie out of that vein, out of that series I watched. Otakon a couple of years ago, I believe, was showing it, and it looked interesting, but part of me was like, there is going to be some wacky racial stuff in there, because Mutant Girl Hit Squad had a hint of it, but I didn't say anything. It was like, yeah, whatever, but I'm like, from what I've heard, I've seen reviews, it's like, yeah, there is some racial stuff in there, and it's like, and I know I'm just going to sit there and be like, I mean, I can't go to Japan and complain. I mean, what do you want me to say? All right, you know. I mean, what? Just out of curiosity, what was in it though? Oh, he knows. He's like begging.
Nah, what was in it, man?
Well,
She thought black people were the coolest race ever, and she wanted to be a best runner, so she made her
All right. That is not the first time that has happened All right, if anybody ever seen the anime Tenju Tenge, I heard the most racist shit in the world. Oh my God. They was like, the black dude, I forgot. Bob
Makihara.
Bob, they told him, the reason why you're so good at that is because you have these tendons in your leg that make you really, really fast. And I was thinking to myself, that is the most racist shit. Only thing you need is for him to pass a KFC and him to go like, oh, God.
You know what? If that anime could get away with it, they would have just threw some watermelon in his face.
I mean,
like, oh shit! Oh God!
Something missing. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah. He had like the biggest, penis in the world. I didn't complain too much about that.
And to confirm that he was black, guess what? He knew capoeira.
Oh yeah. Because in anime, for some reason. Or more to the culture, because there's a lot of Brazilians that do live in Japan. Capoeira is, kind of popular.
I blame Eddie Gordo for that.
But if you're black, automatically you know how to dance, and automatically you know how to break dance and clip people with your legs and do capoeira. Pretty much you're Mark Dacascos and Only the Strong. So that's how it really goes with it.
The fact that he was black, had dreadlocks, and a lip ring.
Ouch. Yeah.
He played basketball too.
Yeah, he did play basketball.
No, he has to play basketball.
Because apparently he can't fight for shit in the anime because they didn't barely use them.
He also just had to be the only black dude walking in with some Nike Dunks.
The only person allowed to wear Nike Dunks is Guy from Street Fighter.
Guy from Street Fighter is the only one that wears Nikes, Converses. Look,
Final fight.
Huh?
Well, at least in Final Fight, that's where he started off.
Yeah, but he's the only one. He's the only one.
True.
All right. Well, I guess I'm like pretty young. I'm like 20 or whatever. But
you're like 20.
20. I mean,
let's
it's
get
either
down to
you're
the exact age.
I can't fix it. It's just how.
Hold on. Here's the test. Were you alive when Tupac died?
Yes, actually. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right.
That's a test that you have to go for people, because most people are just like, they barely remember Tupac after a certain amount of time. Even people that were born like 94 or 93, they barely remember Tupac because he died, what, 96?
I don't know.
Yeah, 96. Yeah, 96 he died.
I bought all his. I bought like the first 3 albums. I still don't know when that Negro dropped, man. It was 97. I was crying. That's all I remember.
It's crazy because like people a year younger than me don't remember like Ed and Eddie or like Doug or stuff like that.
That's unfortunate.
Well, it was Doug.
No, it's very unfortunate they don't remember Ed and Eddie. That's actually a funny movie, funny show. Very funny.
My question is,
I knew somebody was gonna mention those shows. Guess what, guys? Real talk. All those shows, Ed and Eddie, Billy and Mandy, Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter, they just came to Japan.
You didn't hear it, but somebody.
Hold on.
Repeat
that again, sir.
I said it. All of the cartoons that we grew up with during our high school, middle school era, from Dexter, Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls, Ed and Eddie, Billy and Mandy, you name it. They just came to Japan last year. Regular show just came here last year.
I buy regular show because that just came out, what, 2 years ago? 2-3 years ago, so I buy that. But what was your question?
I have no information.
show.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. My nerdy friends are pretty damn nerdy, and I'm kind of new with them. So hanging out with them is weird because I don't think they understand like stereotypes and just social, not social cues, but anything racial, like, is weird to them. Like, I remember when we were hanging out at my one friend's house, he was like, yo, let's watch Django. And she looked directly at me and she was like, right, Hockey? I was just like, what?
Like in agreement, like, hey, I guess he likes Django, let's go.
Jamie Foxx is in there. He's brown. You like that, don't you? Come on, let's do that.
They was like, man, you know what? I don't like Jamie Foxx for the role. But Leonardo DiCaprio, oh my God, he was so good. I was just like, damn.
True story. I had a Spanish friend. We was watching. Oh God, what was he watching? Well, he had a white girlfriend. She didn't know too much. She was like, and she said, "Hey, we're going to some Mexican restaurant. Like, you want to go there, right? He looked at us like, bitch, you lost your last mind, didn't you?
There's just a certain thing you don't say. It's like
that's more of. That right there is more of ignorance. But I understand where you're coming from, though, because I've seen that happen in front of me, man. That's more of ignorance.
I'll flip the script and I'll sit there and just start fucking with people at that point. Because because I was in the Air Force and stuff. That's really showing my damn age. But I was in the Air Force, there people would be like, huh?
I'm also in the Air Force.
Oh, okay, cool. But you'll have people sit there and be like, yeah, we're getting, they'll literally sit there and be like, yeah, we're getting some chicken, we're getting some Papa chicken. Chris, you want some? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I want some chicken. Just give me some chicken right now, because they expect my reaction to be opposite, like, fuck you, man. I'm like, hey, you know what? Give me some chicken. I want some chicken.
That happened to me.
And chitlins and all that stuff. How about that? Let's go.
That happened to me. And I know a true story that happened to me. And they said, I was like, yeah, D, you want chicken, right? Yeah. I was like, I want chicken. I look back like, I want chicken. I want chicken. What the fuck you think? Of course I want some chicken. Come on, man.
See, if you flip it on people, sometimes they'll get the joke, and then after I did that and fucked with them and stuff, they were like, okay, maybe we shouldn't say that anymore. And I'm like, oh, of course. I mean, come on, you know.
Yeah, but that's more ignorance, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. This is about like when, like all this controversy, like with when Donald Glover was talking about I want to beat Spider-Man. I think it's time for a black one.
I would have been 100% down.
And everyone was like no or whatever, and I'm thinking that I think it doesn't matter as long as they're a good actor for it.
It's the old
guard. As long as you don't have
though.
like Shaq as Jon Stewart, then I don't care.
You know what?
That would be a terrible movie. You know what?
Hey, your brother's name. Hey, brother's name.
He had his chance. He had his chance to steal.
He had his chance and it's over.
I'd watch Kazam.
You know what's ironic though?
Kazam's the shit though.
After Kazam and still no more Shaq superheroes.
You know what's funny? In a movie with Steel,
was Shazam based off the cartoon?
It was no cartoon.
No.
Original property.
That was just saying, let's put a black dude in. Let's put Shaquille O'Neal in a genie lamp and see where we go with this.
There's a cartoon with a genie that was called Shazam.
You think?
God, you know what? You've just blown my mind right now.
You're thinking of Shazam. Shaq was Kazam.
Oh, okay. Now y'all ready? About to say, I was like, he's blowing my mind right now. Like, oh Jesus.
It didn't matter to me, man. The brother was a genie.
I mean,
he made a taco fall out the sky, man. Come on now.
But the thing about
that is a miracle, man. What you trying to say? Miracles can't happen? I mean, they're sick.
But black superheroes in general, though, it was funny. Like when they announced like that Spider-Man and the funny thing is, I had to literally tell people. Like, okay, they're not replacing Peter Parker in 616. It's Ultimate. Ultimate Universe was a stroke of genius for Marvel. Let's just be real. No matter how shitty it got, it was a stroke of genius because they could do anything. Here's a universe. Hey, Captain America's president. You know what? I am down for seeing that because that's a long time coming. We want to see Captain America's president.
That's the casting. After seeing Demolition Man, I think Wesley Snipes would have made like a good Joker at one point.
You know what? Maybe.
Hey,
Simon Phoenix was the Joker.
Yeah, he was. There you go. But like, Ultimate Universe had when they announced that like Spider-Man universe was black, I was like, I'm down for that as long as it isn't nothing stereotypical and it's actually good, which it is, because here's a kid. He's dealing with real life problems. You know, his parents are putting him to a good school. You know, he's juggling being Spider-Man. You know, and all the tropes. The
story good.
Yeah, the story was good. The story was very good. And everybody was fearing like, oh my God, don't take my white Peter Parker. And it's like, whoa, they're not taking it from you. It's you know, that's all it was. That was everybody. Yeah, he was dead, but that was the whole thing.
I think what it is more of, like I said earlier, everything is starting to blend in a little bit, and you're going to get resistance. You're going to get, look, if we heard that, and yeah, just because I saw you, if we heard that Peter Parker was going to be an Asian dude, there would have been the same amount of people tripping. It would have been the same amount of people losing their minds. Because when they heard that Miles Morales, I'm like, oh, so they backed out making him black, they made him Spanish then. And people are, I know he's half, but at the time of that, no, I'm like, damn, people are still pissed. People are going to be that way no matter what, because it's like, oh, you're taking this away from us. So you're like, oh, basically, what it comes down to, people don't like change.
Because it's kind of like...
People don't like change. Really, a lot of people don't like change.
Theorizing about black Batman and stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
I was also going to say, it's the internet, so fuck them. That's right.
It's just like... I mean, it's a lot of people that are like backseat people and stuff. It's like when people were like hinting at like, I think it was me and a couple other people on Twitter. We were like, you know what? You know, everybody's on this Idris Elba trip. At one point, him and maybe Denzel in his prime, they would have been a nice Bruce Wayne Batman. At one point, like Denzel in his prime would have been a nice Bruce Wayne Batman, even if it was like a one shot or something. Like, hey, we're gonna put you in like a one shot TV show where you're in an alternate universe as Black Batman. I would have watched that, and that would have probably been pretty damn good.
I guarantee you, that stupid, laughable Christian Bale Batman.
But see, Denzel.
I want to see a Black Deathstroke.
Did you just say a Black Deathstroke?
That would be
interesting.
He would be broken. He would be broken. This brother, you would have to literally shoot a rocket at this Negro a foot away from him, because I guarantee you, Black Deathstroke is unkillable. I don't even have to see him drawn to know that he is broken. I'm just saying. All right, look.
I know we covered this already, but I really need to get off my chest. Alright, him, like, he was talking about...
Okay, I think you're about to hit him. I'm sorry.
Like, fight, let's go!
He was talking about, like, how, lack of minorities in video games, like...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he is. But, it's actually, like, more than you think, because, you know, like, Prophet from Crisis, he's black. Nick Ramos from Dead Rising 3, he's Hispanic. It's just like...
That's close enough.
Yeah. Just like...
I'm sorry, you said it was close enough.
Mirror's Edge had an Asian woman. Okay.
I don't know if you count. Like I said, I think the antagonist.
But he makes a good point. There is a lot of them out there. We're starting to see a lot of the influx of it and all that. And when I mentioned Carl Johnson of San Andreas, that's the first one that comes to my mind.
I mean, I like the guy in GTA 5 though, because his story. Okay. The guy in spoiler alert if you haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5.
There's only like 4 people outside of me that didn't play that game, man. Come on.
Nah, but the character in that game, I liked it because he was a character that you seen in early '90s movies where you had the black guy that wants to get out the hood, you know, and he wants to, you know.
Wasn't that Carl in San Andreas though?
Not really, because Carl was all about...
Wait. He went back to the hood.
Yeah, he went back to the hood. See, this guy in GTA 5 was like, hey, I want to make money, I want to get out the hood, I want to live the nice life. He wanted to get out. And I thought it was an interesting story, even though, like I said, in typical Grand Theft Auto fashion, it's over the top and crazy, and you know how he gets there.
Bank while also going to the airport.
Oh, it was heist. It was heist.
You didn't get your pilot license while you're at it, though, bro.
I'm tired of hosting the same damn story that GTA 5, GTA story. It's the dark side of American dream and stuff. That was something.
I mean, it was good. I mean, it's like, again, they didn't stereotype it. It was like, okay, we're not going to redo the whole storyline.
I mean, the reason you guys notice these minority characters like CJ or like Franklin, because, you know, they fit all the stereotypes, you know, they get more attention. But like,
Trevor,
you know, when a character that's a minority, like, doesn't fit any of the stereotypes, you probably don't notice him as much. That's probably why.
I mean, video games
you
have
know what,
done that,
you make sort of a point there. You do make sort of a point.
I got 2 words for you guys. Lee Everett.
Yes.
Man, that's one.
You only got one. Like, look, that's just one. You ain't proved shit. That's just one.
Refresh my memory. Lee Everett from what again? Oh, Assassin's Creed. Oh yes. You know what?
Oh, what?
You know what? I forgot. I have never touched the Assassin's Creed game. It just wasn't interesting to me. So I mean, I've heard good things about the guy that I guess it's like a DLC where he's actually getting slaves from. What part of it? Yeah. Was it Haiti? Is it Haiti?
We talking about Dwelly from
It's the new.
From Assassin's Creed 4? The Dwelly?
Yeah, from Black Flag. It's one. Yeah. And I guess there's like he's pretty much, might as well say Pirate Django from what I'm seeing on playthroughs. It really is. It's Pirate Django, and I'm down for this.
Official candidate, what that Negro doing on that boat? That's what you missed.
I mean, it's good that they actually made it, because like I said, I've watched the walkthrough of it. It's actually a very good story, and it's kind of shocking to actually see that.
You get to run around as a former slave, taking a machete to people, to slaves' back of the head.
Yeah. What? Next one. Next question.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Oh, wait, what were you gonna say after I had a good point?
No. I'm saying that you do have a good point, though. But because when people don't feel
All right. I can't think of no movie off the top of my head right now, but when we see, and a lot of people in the African American community, when we see somebody do something positive, we don't say nothing. You got to wait for that person to act really, really ignorant for somebody to say something, or fill in X stereotype here for you to be noticed. Like it could be a good, upstanding character the whole movie. Second he see a KFC, he loses his mind and go in there or something like that. All of a sudden he's a coon. That's how it goes. So you make a good point though. You make a good point when it comes to that.
Thanks a lot, guys.
One other thing I actually wanted to point out, because actually I write a comic book, and like one of the things I keep coming across is I hear a lot of people complain about representation in all types of fiction. But you really got to get to a point where if you really are that sick of it, you're gonna have to start writing it yourself.
Exactly.
Like you're gonna have to start doing the work yourself.
Last Airbender, though.
What's that?
What about what they
That was rape. That was wrong. That was so wrong what they did to this.
Last Airbender was a case where M. Night, I could see where he was trying to go with it.
These kids like that show, and that's why he made that movie, because he hates his children.
No, sir, you're wrong. M. Night hates writing. He hates writing properly.
I think After Earth was an example of that, because as much, you know what? I was one of those people that, because I didn't see After Earth in theaters. I came out watching After Earth and I was like, I can't really hate this movie, but I really don't like this movie that much. It was a bland movie. That's basically what it was. It was a bland movie. It was like whatever, but I mean, you know, it is what it is.
So I wanted to comment on what they were saying about, and what you were saying about Jon Stewart before. I do agree that, you know, it was a poorly written movie and it would have been a shitty movie probably no matter who the lead actor was. But I do think it would have been a better movie with Jon Stewart for two reasons. One, Hal Jordan's not a very good character, at least in my opinion. But
that's a valid point.
But there is some guy that's getting up right now. That's some bullshit.
But two, I think it's really important that what she pointed out was that she just assumed it would be Jon Stewart. I mean, I've been reading Green Lantern comics since elementary school, and I remember when the Justice League cartoon came out. I think I was in 8th grade, and a lot of kids would ask me, "Why is Green Lantern black now?" And I'd be like, "No, he was always black because there's like 5 Green Lanterns." So I always explained that to him because I was the only guy that read comics.
And of course, one of them called you a nerd, didn't they?
Well, they knew I was a nerd.
Oh, okay. They needed you for...
That's what they asked me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what they need nerds around for also, information. Like, we don't know what this is. Hey you, what is this geeky shit that we're watching right now?
It's like, hey Billy, come over here. We need your help. We're not gonna hit you. We're not gonna hit you.
We promise we're not gonna hit you. We promise we're not gonna hit you.
So my point is though that comic book readers are a kind of a minority, and so they were making this movie for like older white guys that read the Hal Jordan comics when they were a kid.
Which sucks because Jeff Johns was writing it, and he wrote like some of the recent ones with Jon Stewart and all that. And it confuses you because you're like, what happened?
But 90% of the people going to the movies have never read a comic. They watch the cartoons, and they love Jon Stewart and wanted to see that character. And a lot of them probably weren't white either. Like, I mean,
that was the big thing on Twitter though, because a lot of people that after Green Lantern came out, like you said, 90% of the people, actually I would say 95% of the people, probably, that movie probably would have made more money with Jon Stewart just by name. You're right. I mean, just on the basis of the name, because like I said, Justice League.
They know the cartoon. If anything, they're reading comics because they like the cartoons, because they were watching the cartoons before they could read.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the only reason why I think a lot of people know about like a lot of the DC stuff. It helped because I mean, let's be real about this. I don't know too many people growing up outside of Batman, Superman, and maybe Wonder Woman. And you know what? Just the core Justice League. Outside of the core Justice League, nobody gave a shit about Orion, New Gods, freaking
Well, even Green Lantern, who the hell?
Yeah, Bawana Man. None of that shit. Nobody cared about those characters. No, people. You know what's funny? People knew about Iron Man. They knew about him, but he was still a B hero. So it's like you know Iron Man, that's it. But all the DC stuff outside of the core 5, nobody cared. When those cartoons dropped, that's what made people give a shit about like Darkseid and all these other characters and stuff. And that's probably what opened the door for DC to get a lot of people reading this stuff.
I think there is. I really do think there is just an inherent element of racism in Hollywood, and that's a big reason why, like, well, we're going to go with the original white guy and not the more popular black guy that came later. You know?
Well, I don't think it's a black acting problem, an actor problem. I think it's a bad casting problem because.
What I mean is that there's only so many big name black actors you can think of, and it's not a very long list.
And that's my problem. Why does it have to be a big name person? Why can't it be somebody?
It's money, dude. Come on now.
Hey, come on. Look, we got Hugh Jackman out of nowhere. How the hell we can't get a black dude out of nowhere?
Real quick though, before you can go on the soapbox real quick. The thing about Hugh Jackman though, you got to realize that was at the time, because I keep telling people, we're coming off of what, Blade 1 or 2 before X-Men?
I don't remember.
Blade 1? Yeah, I think it was coming.
No, but don't ask me about years
He said 2. We're coming off Blade 2, so nobody, and I think Blade 1 and 2 is the same reason why people give a shit about Blade now, because of those movies and stuff, because nobody knew about Blade.
It really is.
Fuck no.
Yeah, no, it is.
Unless you watch the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at...
like a hot minute.
One episode.
Yeah. You know what? Spider-Man helped out too. Spider-Man, but even if you look at Blade's first appearance, he was not the guy in all black leather. He was like the '70s brother with colors and
got a high top. He got a
bush.
Got a curly high top fade.
You know, so but it's like when it got to X-Men and Hugh Jackman though, that was just like, okay, I guess we could watch X-Men because we're still ingrained with the '90s X-Men in our head and stuff, and we're like, okay, Wolverine, that worked. But if you put like a random black guy in there that we don't barely know,
if he looked like Jon Stewart, walks like Jon Stewart, we can pretty much believe that he acts like him. We can pretty much believe that he's Jon Stewart.
And you marketed Darwin.
Come on, we had Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool. I know a lot of y'all didn't like him playing Deadpool, so.
It wasn't his fault. It was the writing.
Once again,
It wasn't his fault.
Like Ryan Reynolds, it ain't his fault.
Is that Ryan Reynolds' fault? They made Barakapool.
Well, no, I was going to actually, to the guy who was just up here a second ago, and he said that Hollywood has an inherent racism problem. I think, like, yes, that is part of the problem, but again, I just want to reiterate this. It's, why would you expect a white-dominated industry to make black characters? Like, they don't have that perspective, and they won't have that perspective.
And that goes with any race. And that goes with every race.
I maintain that reasoning is why like Robert Townsend made Meteor Man, because it was like, fuck it. If nobody is giving us a black superhero, I'll make up my own. No matter how wacky it is, we'll give you a movie. Now granted, it was bad. The movie wasn't nothing.
And I just want to reiterate, it is up to you individually to like make those characters, because they're not going to do it. And like, it's funny because like recently, like I think it was over the summertime, they said that Michael B. Jordan was going to be Johnny Quest. I mean, not Johnny Quest. I'm sorry.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Michael B. Jordan is Johnny Quest.
Now the white guy play. Oh wait, but you can't do that. That would just be extremely racist.
No, hey, Fisher Stevens in Short Circuit played a guy, and he's white as they come. Let's be real about that.
But here's the larger point of bringing that up, which is that like with Michael B. Jordan, you have to look at Johnny Storm, right? Look at that character. He's a character from the '60s. He's a teenage Americana. He's teenage Americana. The boy drives hot rods. That's how that character is like, you know, characterized. Michael B. Jordan's a black male now. You know, and it's just sort of like there's something inherent within that character that just does not speak to that type of person. You know? And I think it's less important for Hollywood to go back and rework white characters as black characters, and more important for us to make black characters, to make Hispanic characters, to make Asian characters, you know.
The medium is there to do it, because I mean...
to make female characters, it's the exact same thing. Because they're not going to do it, because you're looking at male-dominated industries, and it's not their responsibility to make characters that represent you. They're not going to do it.
I mean, that's the main reason why...
to do it, because they're not coming from your perspective. They never will.
I mean, that's the main reason why Tyler Perry is where he's at, because he was the same... I mean, love or hate him and stuff, he actually was like, screw it. They're not making the type of movies that I would like to see, and I know my grandmother or my mom or any of my people want to see. I'm going to make my own. I'm going to, make this movie, get somebody to distribute it, and I'm going to do that. And I mean, as much as we might throw venom at the guy, I give him props for doing it. Not too many people can sit there and do that. Not too many people can sit there and just say, fuck it, let's do it. I mean, there are other black directors out there other than Tyler Perry.
Eddie Murphy!
Possibly too. But the thing of it is though,
I mean, that's why I can't
I cannot knock that. I mean, like I said, if he wants to sit there and do a sci-fi show, sci-fi, movie, okay, do it. But heaven forbid, get a good writer. That's all I'm saying.
Get another director too. I don't know what you're talking about.
I hate to dwell on what everyone's saying, but I was just thinking about Jacob from Mass Effect 2, who is quite possible.
Don't you say that.
But it's quite possible one of the most like respectable video game characters that I
kind of forgot about him too.
I think he is boring, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was. You know what? Whatever story they gave him, it was actually interesting for what it was. I mean,
I found him like a very like respectable character. Like he didn't cut corners like a lot of the other characters. He was like a moral.
By the books, like Marine.
I liked him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's why I like Jon Stewart. And that was the same reason why I like Jon Stewart. He was like an upstanding dude. He followed, but he was Marine too.
Well, he was.
Yeah, he was Marine. Yeah, he was a Marine. Yeah, he was an
cornbread
upstanding dude.
stereotypical.
my actual.
Oh, you got a problem with commitment?
My actual question is about a different black protagonist, and I want to know what your take on this is. Corey in the House for the Nintendo DS. What's your take on Corey in the House for the Nintendo DS, and do you use the word "busta" as an insult?
Okay, I'm not familiar. Okay, you know what's funny? Okay, I stopped watching the Disney Channel.
Your geek is greater than ours.
Yeah, I know. No. See, that's good though.
Yours is something that we have not seen before.
I started watching the Disney Channel circa probably like a little after like the Even Stevens, Jet Jackson era and stuff when it was starting to
Really?
wane off.
You even watched it?
I watched. Hey, you know what? I don't care. It's whatever. Everybody. I know a lot of black people that watch Jet
Kids
Jackson.
and I watched the Disney Channel, man. What you?
No, but back then though, I mean, Disney Channel was pumping out some decent shows, but so I knew That's So Raven and Corey in the House and all that stuff. I watched a couple episodes of Corey in the House, not my thing, but
The most important part of the question.
But the bust.
The term busta. Does
Nobody
anyone
uses-
actually use that as an insult?
only person that uses Busta, Vin Diesel. That's it. Yeah, they're the only two. No self-respecting black person says Busta anymore. I don't even think in the '90s out if you were Easy. Did Easy say Busta?
But he said Buster all the time, man.
That was a West Coast term.
Buster.
That was
You
a
have
West
to
Coast
say
term.
it like that. You have to bring some type of accent to it. I don't know what the.
All right, Kid Ash, what's up?
Awesome too. And that being also, I always
K-Dash
took
is black, by the
K-Dash
way.
as a black dude too.
No. K-Dash is black.
He
We're
is
taking
black.
him.
Yeah, we're taking him. Thank you. You know what? While I'm at it, I'm taking Angel too. She's black too. I take it, man. We're taking him back, Nate.
Anyway, something I noticed myself and my little circle of friends that have been we've caught ourselves doing is that we're trying to get away from the whole how come there are no black characters in this and that, because back when one of the first anime I watched was Dragon Ball Z, like I'm sure most
It's the gateway
Dragon Ball Z is 90%. I don't care who knows it.
It's the gateway anime.
You say the melting pot of America?
We said most of America.
They're going.
Yeah, and I remember growing up in Dragon Ball Z, I'm going like, why are there no black characters in this? And there's no like, there was no. In fact, it extended beyond black characters. There was no hip hop culture in most of the anime I was watching. And I was wondering behind that. That was before I understood the cultural dissonance between ourselves and Japan. And
ironic considering Japan wants to be black people so bad.
Quite. Gangaro fucking scary.
They're trying.
Very much trying.
But anyway, me and most of my friends, we're all in our late 20s. We're trying to get past that. But at the same time, we also play a lot of fighting games, and we're noticing some characters. Zach from Dead or Alive is probably the best example.
I'll blow your mind right now. Lucky Glauber.
No, Zach, not Jax.
Lucky
Dead or Alive.
I'll blow your mind. Lucky Glauber with the Lakers apparel.
Goddamn.
The American team.
Yeah, I know you're talking from.
He beats people up with basketball. Prelude to Sean.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. A real tall dude who supposedly was an expert in karate and got banned or something like that. But yeah,
I'm confused because I'm like, that was racist and yet it was awesome at the same time.
Does he have to
he
fall
actually
back?
fought with the basketball. Like,
Here's my question. Did he have to use the basketball?
That is a good question.
It was a projectile. I guess you could use it for zoning maybe, but anyway. Yeah, super fighting game geekdom going on right there. But anyway, yeah, and I made it a note to my friends that like Zach's character pisses me off because in the previous games he was always a joke character, but it wasn't as pronounced. And Dead or Alive 5 is just it's like balls in your face.
I blame Dennis Rodman for that because once people started getting the connotation between Zach and Dennis Rodman, it's like, okay, let's go even more wacky with it. It's like you don't have to because Dennis Rodman is not that wacky.
But I think what you're saying is he just got more like it's almost racist just looking at him, right?
Somewhat. He's not a character. He's a caricature.
You can't call it. You say he's a character. A caricature. You can't really call it. You can't call it. But it's like This ain't right.
Yeah, but at the same, and still, when I look at other characters and other specifically black characters, not versus minorities as a whole. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, all 5 characters.
I look at characters like Vanessa Lewis in Virtual Fighter, who
That is a
just
damn shame they light-skinned her. Dude, they light-skinned her up in Virtual Fighter 5 for no reason.
They did, but I roll with it. And then probably one of my more recent favorite game characters, like in general, was James Heller from Prototype 2.
There you go. I mean, but then again, though, would anybody say that he was kind of fitting the angry black guy a little bit stereotype?
Fair point, but
I mean, understandable. I get it, but it was kind of like, I mean, because was Kevin Michael Richardson voicing him?
He's like Liam Neeson from Taken. He just wants to find his.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, but you know what? I think we as black people, we do have to kind of stop, like, how come black people aren't, because I've seen a lot of people, when they look at Hollywood movies, it might be a romantic comedy. And I don't think directors go out their way to say, okay, we're going to have a bunch of white people and no black people. I don't think it's intentional. And I think a lot of black people got to stop doing that, because you can't just sit there and say, okay, how come this movie doesn't have black people? You got to stop that. If they wrote the movie a certain way, they wrote the movie a certain way. It's unintentional.
Right.
But I mean, I caught myself a couple times, like, there'd be some black people in this show. It'd be pretty nice, but, you just kind of move on it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying. It's hard. Another point I want to bring up is someone mentioned cosplayers earlier, and how I've done it myself. I tried to be a black version of a character. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I'm sorry?
Spiky head.
One time I tried to be a Kyosuke from Rival Schools, and I actually jacked the outfit up. And another time I was trying to be Virgil from Devil May Cry, and
how did you mess that up? No, I'm sorry. I seen a couple black Virgils. How'd you mess that up?
I actually, again, the outfit was a little too off for the most part. So here I am. And basically the message I'm trying to get is that if you're trying to do like an alternate version with fighting game characters, it's pretty easy. You could just say it's a different color scheme.
There you go. See, that's a good workaround, though. It's like color option edit.
That's smart.
Right. Just try to stay away from black plus dark colors, which usually associates evil. Not quite as bad as Star Wars, but still.
I'm still waiting for that one time at a Comic-Con where some white guy's gonna roll in there as Luke Cage. I'm waiting for it. I know it's gonna happen. It's like, I'm Power Man. It's like,
I'm waiting for a white guy to walk in like Jax. I'm waiting on that. So white guy just randomly grabbing people. I'm waiting on that.
Go to New York City Comic Con. You will see. I saw a ton of white Luke Cages. I saw a ton of white Jaxes.
They weren't blackface, were they? Please tell me they were.
He's You saw a couple of them all.
That doesn't give us hope.
Well, they were.
That looks like Stan Lee is rolling in his.
Face. It wasn't as bad. It was light skin, but.
Stan Lee somewhere is just sitting there face palming as he's signing autographs, like,
God damn it.
Excelsior. God damn it.
I bet when he's seen that shit, like, oh fuck.
That's not my.
Hello, true believer. What the fuck?
But anyway, it can be done, but you're gonna get some flack either way, because I'm sure most people know this. Geeks in general are can be very angry and definitely very unforgiving. Yeah. Again, look at Star Wars.
There you go.
Yeah.
And just like what you guys were saying about comic books, specifically Johnny Storm, one of the first criticisms you're going to get is how well does your interpretation match up with the source material? And if it doesn't, oh boy.
Like I said, Ultimate Comics has got to a point to where you can pull from that and it's like whatever, nobody's going to care. It's the same with Black Nick Fury. It's like, I know when people saw Ultimate Comics and cracked it open like, Nick Fury can't be black, and yet it was Samuel Jackson, so you're going to tell Samuel Jackson he can't be Nick Fury? I want you to go to his house and tell him that.
As I understand, David Hasselhoff was actually pretty upset that he wasn't originally called.
Hasselhoff just wishes that he had a career going on right now.
Oh no, Hasselhoff actually started a movie with Nick Fury.
I like Hasselhoff too, I'm just saying there was a little embitterment from him for no reason.
I'm serious, there was actually a movie, he started a movie.
I've
seen it. It's bad. Yeah. It's bad.
That movie's horrible.
It's not Captain America bad, but it's bad. It's Generation X bad. That's how bad it is.
Which Captain America? The 70s one or the 90s?
We're going 90s one. Where, I got to throw up and then he steals your car.
No, the 70s one, oh God.
No, hey, don't talk about Red Brown.
That's the Red Brown one, man. That's awesome.
Oh, please. Well, what was the best part of him basically not throwing the shield?
The motorcycle and Red
That
Brown.
motorcycle.
Go ahead. We like Red Brown, so that.
That red.
You guys were referring to Piccolo earlier?
Yes, sir.
And how he's black? Well, what about the Martian Manhunter?
You know what? I was just thinking about that today. My wife was like, "Yeah, he's black." I'm like, "Why?" Because he got a black voice. I'm like, that don't count.
Hey.
But that
He
being
has a
said,
black
but
superhero
hold on.
voicing him though.
But hold
Mantis.
on. Yeah, Mantis is doing his voice. I forgot about that. Which is a black superhero, and nobody watched that show. That's why I got canceled. It's some bull crap. Anyway.
No, it's because Fox put it on Friday.
No. It was because nobody watched it. Nobody watched
It's
it.
Fox, man. They cancel everything.
That was a good show, man. Anyway, but yeah, you said Martian Manhunter. I was thinking the same thing. It's like it's got to be more than just a voice. It's got to be the mannerism, certain things like that. Like Piccolo's very easy. Come on, he's the prototypical angry black guy. Silent, tall, doesn't say that much. And when he does say that much, he's about to lay somebody out. So,
Never smiles.
never smiles. Like Mr. Piccolo, you smiling? Yes, I am, Gohan. Inside.
I mean, you all guys saw the filler episode where they were taking driving schools and he just did
brother had a backwards cap.
Backwards cap. There you go. That confirms it right there.
But it's not only just that. It's also to Thundercats. What's the name? Panther. Everybody in here, even white people, I consider him black. They're like, that's the black dude of the group, man.
He's a Panther.
Shredder.
Yeah, you know.
Huh? Shredder?
No, he was clearly Asian, but even though we know it's Uncle Phil, God rest his soul.
Yeah, man. God rest his soul, man. He was awesome, man. But yeah, that's true. Usually when we say like, oh, that's black, or he's this, or he's that, or whatever like that, it has to be the full package. Not only do you have to, I guess, be quote unquote look like you're the black guy, you have to act like you're the black guy, or whatever. But even then, we're going to claim who we're going to claim. That's how we are.
Yes.
Good.
First off, about Lee Everett. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the beginning of Walking Dead, wasn't he arrested and was going to jail because he killed somebody?
Yeah. He killed a man that was fucking his wife.
Yeah, but he's just another arrested black man. So there.
I think it's the redemption story angle that they were going for, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I know it's a redemption story, but come on. She's still a nigga that got knocked out. But second, but the thing is, I think you were talking about this, and I agree that I think there should be more African American or minority characters that we need to draw up, because I mean, also it's like Geeks here, we feel like we've been like isolated, ostracized because of what our likes and dislikes, and I feel like there's a huge opportunity to make these type of characters. And for example, one of the biggest missed opportunities to actually have at least some characters is what Marvel had. Like you watch the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? To me, the black guy in there, to me, I feel like honestly, I think he should have been a main character because first off, because I hate everybody on the show except Coulson and Melinda May because those two are great.
Standard par, of course, for everybody that watches.
Yes, but because honestly, but it's just that it just feels like he was only there for only 2 episodes, and then in the last episode we see him get blown up. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna.
We don't know if he's dead or not, or yet.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Came back and was the hero, and he did his thing, and then it's like blow up, and it's like I don't think he's dead. Hopefully.
Yeah, of course, and I would not be surprised if he dies because hey, black guy and a superhero, he's gonna die. It's like the red shirts of Star Trek,
It ain't that bad, but yeah.
But it's kind of funny that you do mention that there's an opportunity. Like, I'm one of the people that look at all the DC comics. I think look, they can make better female characters. I want there to be better written female characters, not just there like, oh, you're there for boobs and that's all we want you there for. No, they have to be written well too. And the same thing goes for if it's a black character, a Spanish character, Asian character. You just got to be written well.
Oh, yeah, in fact, there's actually in the New 52, and I can't believe they actually did this. DC actually has a Muslim Green Lantern.
Yeah, they do have that, but they kind of slipping up on it.
They keep effing up with him because all they do is say, "Oh, he might be involved because he's a Muslim."
Yeah, the first issue though, before we get to him, we get the next person though.
I'm sorry.
But yeah,
That
sorry.
frustrates me.
Yeah, but I mean, that was my thing, because I actually was like interested in it, and like when I saw the Muslim one, that first issue, it was just pointing out like 9/11 stuff, and I'm like, do we really? It's kind of like, oh my God, he's Muslim.
It's the basic questions. It's just the basic questions. This is the basic things that make him. No, yeah, I read it, man. I'm like, they keep on going back. Like, why does he got to be a terrorist, man? Can't we just
blow up a building? Oh Jesus!
All right, get him. Obviously, Green Lantern, who saved everybody, turned into a terrorist. He's working for Al Qaeda. Yeah, okay. That's stupid. That's the. Nah, man, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Okay, I don't know too much about Green Lantern, but when you're talking about like Jon Stewart, are you talking about Jon Stewart from The Daily Show?
A+, sir. A+. And then, you know what? You got us. That 5 stars. 5 stars. 5 stars.
5 stars.
Ultra combo.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
And then one other thing, have you ever seen the movie Black Dynamite from 2009?
Of course. If anybody never watched it, you should get hurt. Who has not watched that movie? Really? Who hasn't watched that movie, Black Dynamite? Oh. Why are you here? Why are you not watching it? All right. We need one more. All right, we need one more person to come up here because we're out of time. We need one. All right, you gotta be the last one, man.
Thanks.
No problem.
My friend Terrence loves that movie.
Thank you, Terrence.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my God.
I got a question that just came out of my head before we went down the line. Y'all claim Knuckles? Knuckles the kid? Y'all claim Knuckles? Yeah.
Do we claim Knuckles as a black guy?
Do we claim Knuckles as? You know what? Hold on. You know what? Since this is the last.
That ain't my question. That's just something.
No. All right.
But I think the main thing, like, the main issue between like how coaches are is mainly because of fear and ignorance. We don't want to educate people, and we're scared what people will think of us if we basically stop giving a fuck and do what we want to do without having everybody wondering or thinking we're going to, what to do this, what to do that, and also pull a Dwayne McDuffie and say, if they ain't there, fuck it, I'm going to make it. And if they get pissed off, fuck them, keep making it. And that way we'll actually get the pot melted properly instead of people try to be quote unquote politically correct, because let's face it, stereotypes are true, they're based off certain sort of truth, and if we educate people more about it, then they'll understand that that's not the only thing that we're about, whether it be male, female, black, white, Asian, alien, make up your own race, I don't give a fuck. It's the point of we need to stop being afraid to educate people about things because we just let shit happen, and being afraid to just do our own thing and have the confidence and the balls to do it without caring what anyone else thinks, because we just need to be happy.
Yeah, it's a generational thing more than anything. Yeah, definitely.
And I'm just saying, Knuckles is black.
Black Dynamite tear is rolling down our eyes.
Black Dynamite used to be old. Well, I guess that's it. Hold on, real quick, because I gotta answer that question. All y'all play Sonic with Knuckles. Is Knuckles black? Raise your hand if y'all think
Absolutely.
That is pretty much everybody in the room. Anyway, D, CJ,
Troy.
In Cowboy Bebop, do y'all consider Jet Black?
Yeah.
Raise your hands. I want to see raising hands.
Just black.
A lot of people, you know, they ain't the majority, but you know, all right, good enough.
It's Bo Billingsley.
What is it? It's Bo Billingsley. Black dude did his voice. Y'all better say he's black.
But yeah, real quick, because we got to plug this in there, because I know since
we have to.
99% of everybody here has never listened to our podcast. I know, a lot of people, everybody here watches anime. You should listen to our podcast. It's 3BlackGeeks. Don't spell out the 3. It's the number 3 and Black Geeks all together and stuff, because that messes everybody up. You should listen to it. Funny podcast.
We have a podcast, blog. We have a YouTube page that we don't even fucking use. So don't even really.
No. We use it because there's some funny stuff in there.
What?
The KOF stuff.
The KOF stuff. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. There is you're gonna have to dig through that thing. But.
Yeah, but we've been going 3 years strong now.
Yeah, this is our third year. This is our third year, brother.
Yeah, third year strong. 3 years strong is doing this.
I'm sorry. You guys have an future episode we should listen to? Like
Yes. Yeah, I did. I put it up. It's 3BlackGeeks beginnings. It's like the very first episode.
No!
Okay. No. It's a little bit of an idea here.
It's an idea of what we are.
It's an idea of where we are and stuff, but everything else about us, we cover anime. A lot of movies that we cover is a lot of old stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody loves Die Hard. We cover like 2 of the Die Hard movies so far. Yeah, we did Ninja Turtles one. Did Ninja Turtles, Black Dynamite. We did last month. We just finished up the whole Dragon Ball Z series. We finished with the Buu Saga, so
we did each series. The next one we're going to do is going to be next year. It's going to be. This year. This year's. We're not doing GT this year.
Okay.
I'm waiting for a minute before I even think about doing GT. So we're going to do the Dragon Ball movies this year. This summer we're going to do nothing but anime.
Yeah. Y'all the first people to know about this. So summer of anime.
Summer of anime. That's going to be our big thing. We're just going to be doing a bunch of anime shows. This is going to be our last year doing what we have done for the last 3 years, which is called Van Damme Month, where we best did do Van Damme movies. Now, I see like 3 people just smile out of nowhere like...
No, we did
Bloodsport. That's one of our best podcasts, too.
Bloodsport and kickboxing.
Bloodsport and kickboxing.
Surprisingly, nobody gave a crap about Hard Target.
Nobody gives a shit about Hard Target. Yes, nobody cares about Hard Target. I have no idea why.
Rip the tail off a rattlesnake.
But yeah, our movie range is a variety and stuff, because I think one of the big things before we go was when we were doing the podcast, our thing was we were trying to get away from like most other podcasts where it's like, okay, we got to do the new stuff. And I think there's a lot of treasure to be had with old movies. I mean, we did a movie with Ice Cube and Ice-T called Trespass. I don't know a lot of people that watched that movie. I mean, has anybody seen that movie Trespass before? Hey, don't be embarrassed if you've seen it.
Don't be embarrassed. There's a bunch of black guys.
Okay.
There was a black guy trying to kill 2 white people. It's actually awesome, man. It's actually awesome. Hold on. The white people survived.
No, Bill
Paxton is the only one that survived that.
You're talking about
Yes, Bill Paxton killed Ice-T and Ice Cube. I am not shitting you.
I mean, those are the type of movies nobody really has never watched before, and that's why I was like, it's funny to actually see people like, I've never seen Trespass before. Oh my God, listen to that podcast. We actually watched that. It's a funny movie, and it's like, wow. Okay.
We did all the house parties, and
if you listen to those podcasts, listen to House Party 3.
There's a new one out.
House Party.
We'll get to that.
We get to that.
We get to that.
We're sadly slowing crawling to that. We're going to do it. But anyway, I'd like to thank all of y'all for coming out. I really didn't know how this was going to turn out. I thank all of y'all for coming out. Enjoy Magfest. That's it.
Thanks.